It's such a bright and sunny day. Everything just feels so good today. You know what I'm saying? I just see a new light. You know what I'm saying? I can see the trees. I'm not blind anymore. Since I met you, Jesus Christ. See, there's a smile on my face that comes from within, from up above. I've been so alone. Yeah. I've been so let down. Some of my closest family and friends, they could not be found. Yeah. I called on them day and night, got no answer. They didn't help me out. But when I called on Jesus, his line was clear. Answer my call and wiped away every one of my tears. He held me in his so tender arms and loved me so ever, gentle and warm. Gave me his peace that comes from within. Loose my shackles and set me free from sin. Everything is so brand new. Yeah. Everything it feels just fine. Oh, fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, everything is so divine. Oh, got into some trouble. Yeah. That I wasn't looking for. No, I called myself a lawyer. He looked at my chart and said, ain't nothing I can do for you. But then I called on attorney Jesus. He took my case and touched the judge's mind. See, my God, he worked out all of my time. The doctor in the sick room in jail, he will go your best. He healed the sick and raised the dead. 5,000 he fed with a little bit of fish and bread. He'll do for you what you will allow him to do. That's why I can say, yeah, everything is so brand new. Everything it feels just fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, yeah, everything is so divine. Yeah, everything is so brand new. It's so brand new to me. Everything it feels just fine. Everything it feels just fine. Since I met you, Jesus. Since you became my Lord. Everything is so divine. It's just so divine. Since I met you, Jesus. Since I met you, you picked me up. Since I met you, Jesus. You turned me around. Since I met you, Jesus. I just can't stop. Since I met you, Jesus. Praising your name. Since I met you, Jesus. Since I met you, since I met you, Jesus. You've been my friend. Since I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. You are my Lord. I met you, Jesus. You picked me up. I met you, Jesus. You turned me around. I met you, Jesus. You placed my feet. I met you, Jesus. On solid ground. I met you, Jesus. I no longer worry. I met you, Jesus. I no longer fret. I met you, Jesus. 'Cause I know that you never failed me yet. I met you, Jesus. 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 You've been so good. I met you, Jesus. You've been so good. I met you, Jesus. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. Jesus Christ. Since I met you, Jesus. I love you. Since I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. You are my Lord. I met you, Jesus. You are my Savior. Since I met you. You know, it's Greetings. This is my son, Goddess 777, and I'm rocking with the one and only Tiamat, you see her in the background. Greetings, everyone. It's been a little while, but I'm back. I have been serving in the community, and I did something a little differently this time, but it's all good. The big picture is, I did what I could do, and I'm still supportive of looking at the big picture. I'm enjoying learning and stepping into not exactly new things, but taking on more, more responsibilities and stuff like that, and just learning and still healing and all of that good stuff. Yeah. How's everybody making it with this full moon in Aries? And then we got a Saturn retrograding in Pisces. That's a lot of the Pisces got to do with the feet. So beware of having foot issues and issues with your legs and stuff like that. A lot of massaging. Um, don't feel like don't feel like you all fucked up because of that, because it's the energy that's going on too. Um, I do a lot of leg exercises, but I noticed this week I've been a little bit stagnant and stuff like that, and I hadn't been doing it like I normally do it. My leg weights and my I've been doing them squats. And when I say squats, I'm talking about some serious like Asian type squatting. So I'm talking about some serious, like real serious squatting. I ain't even talking about. I do the squats with the weights. I do that, but I'm talking about some other type of stuff like ancient type squatting, where I hold it for like to the count of 100, and I'm doing like 3 or 4 of them mugs. I'm doing it through the day, and it's helping my legs a lot. How did it help my legs? It made them stronger. It aligns my whole body. Not only does it help my legs and my posture, it's helping like the womb. I'm connecting even with the womb healing and all of that. That's helping with that, because that's the natural way that we used to actually go to the bathroom. We didn't sit on a stool or anything. We just did the squatting, like that. So, oh yeah, but we about to get right into it. Uh, about to share my screen. Let's see. History. No, I had that up. The rev. Here we go. No. Let's see. So, 1 second, guys. Ain't nobody up here but me right now, anyway. So, I'm gonna keep that up there. Okay. All right, we need to. So what happened to my other? Okay. Well, guess I'll cancel it for right now. So I'm sharing my screen, and it's not bringing it up. Maybe it's down here. Well, anyway, I'm trying to bring up. I need to get out of that. Get out of all that. Okay. Okay. Now, new tab. So why is it not coming up? Why I can't just see? I normally don't have this issue, but let's see what happens. Okay.
Won't be much longer with y'all.
I know y'all can hear it, but I want you to not just hear it. I want you to see it. Video file, share screen, new tab. Okay. Let's see what we bring up. It's got that up, but that's not what I want. Okay. I don't know. What's up with this? It normally don't give me this much of trouble. Image. Stop screen. Oh well. I'm not able to bring it up. But why? Am I not in Google? What am I in? I am in my Chrome, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so if I go out of here and why is that not? I don't know. So if I go in here and I go in here, it should do it. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay. Now. Switch accounts. Look like Okay, we're gonna try it again. Little tech difficulties. Here we go. Okay, we about to play Reverend Man in there. I got it. Ooh, child.
And I'm not going to be much longer with y'all. I understand we need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen to me. We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not
Now, I'm gonna pause it right there. I agree with about 97% of the stuff he's saying. I don't understand why is it that a lot of our people, when they get like he said, they can be an astrophysicist, a doctor, but they still don't understand the way the world works. Maybe, and I think, in my opinion, that's that indoctrination and that's that ego. I don't agree with everything he's saying because I know we were already here in this Americas. Our people, my people was already here. They wanted, they was already here. I mean, they make us think that everybody came from Africa, but it was indigenous people all over the world. So I agree with like most of the stuff he's saying. He got a point. I'm looking at the big picture. I will go to his church and listen to what he's saying. But they really didn't do a lot. And Egypt is, he's going to say Egypt is not Africa, but it is Africa. It's like East Africa. But he's talking about over there, like in those areas like West Africa and South Africa and all that, how they really didn't do, because you know why? They are newborns. They're not as old and ancient as we are. They are like distant cousins, but they younger. They not, yeah, and you know, you find out he's talking about the African people. I've learned to have compassion because I used to be like really angry with people for being, I was really fucked up. I used to be angry with people for being ignorant and not knowing stuff. This is the old me. I did a lot of work on myself, a lot of healing and stuff like that. And a lot of that was to do with probably how I was raised in my childhood trauma. And I ain't even blaming that. Probably the bullshit I was doing before I came into this, probably past life stuff too. I'm not blaming everything. I take accountability. I'm not blaming everything on what happened to me when I was a child, and I'm not gonna be the victim. But I just had some shit with me anyway. Like I didn't like dumb. Like even now, I have a hard time tolerating ignorance. It's just I don't like ignorance and stupidity. I have to really dig deep into compassion and try to. But I'm still not tolerating some shit. Some shit I just can't deal with. But I really used to be kind of hard on people. I expected them to know what I know and like be able to do what I do. You know, I was when I was like a teen and you real young, I was like that. I didn't have no patience with like, stupidity, and I really don't now. But I have more compassion because I've been working on healing myself, so I have more love and understanding. But I still can't deal with some dumb shit. I mean, some stuff just I can't take it. I'm not telling you. I'm being honest. Some stuff I just can't. I can't tolerate. I just can't do it. I mean, it just be like too stupid, too ignorant. But yeah, those Africans are like the newborns. They they really they ain't been here long as us. You know what I'm saying? They really follow us. A lot of the people do. They talk about us in America, the indigenous to America, and they hate on us and stuff like that because we are the trendsetters. We are the leaders. They follow us. They want to be like us. They hate on us. They come over here and they 1 second. They come. Yeah, the Africans, they come here. They're not as ancient as we are. We're the ancient old ones, whether you know it or not. We've been here. We're not going nowhere. They can't kill us. We keep coming back. We the immortals. We actually the pre-fucking mortals. The primordials, right? We keep like they mother, like our mother. That's our mother Tiamat. They couldn't kill her. What happened was when they slayed her and they slayed it to us, when they slayed our mother Tiamat, it created the heavens and the earth and all that. But you can't kill primordials, and you're just gonna keep coming back and forming into different things. But anyway, yeah, they follow us. So him saying that they really didn't build up that place over there. They had great structures over in Egypt. He's saying that's the Middle East. I do consider Egypt to be Africa, but they changed it to the Middle East because they don't want it associated with Africa. But I do agree with the majority of the things he's saying up here. Lord, I do.
One. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone. All of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation. They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman, what's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black room if you're gonna have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride.
I would go to his church. Ultra Instinct. I would go to his church. Did you hear what he just said? He said a lot, and you're right. I think that, you know what? I think that a lot of them leaders that they pick in Africa is ops. They put them over there like they did in Haiti, so that they can cause chaos and unrest and economic distress to those people in those countries like Haiti, because Haiti is a magical place that has very, very rich resources of mystical. Um, um, what is it? They got rice, and Bill Clinton and them put the mess of the rice supply by putting like plastic in the rice, like back then when they was over there. And so did they got uranium or something over there. That's a very magical place. That's why them people is so spiritual when it comes to the hoodoo and voodoo and all that voodoo, those Haitian people, because of those what's produced over there. I guess it's the crystals or whatever that's produced is so magical. Yeah, I definitely think Mandela was an op. I think that we got ops over there right now, especially when they say come back home. When they be talking about, yeah, come back home. Yeah, I really I'm glad you caught it too. Yeah, when they talking about, oh, come back home and um welcome back home from the diaspora, they working, and I think they getting paid. Like I was talking to my family member, and they said that they in Haiti living like, look, it's a place in Haiti we could go right now and we could stay for cheap, and it ain't nothing going on. They over there living like they in these places. They show us the part where they eating the people and all this graphic crazy shit going on. Them people over there, them white folks over there, and them Nazis up. Them people over there living good, and they living for cheap. You right now, it's places you can go and you could stay and you eat daily. You could eat for like you and another person. You could raise your family of 4 or 5 people over there, and y'all could live like kings and queens and don't even got to spend a lot of money. For under $1,000 if you live outside the city. Under $1,000, that's including rent and food and all that, and live by the ocean fronts and these exotic oceans and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, and it might be some civil unrest going on and some little stuff going on or whatever, but we don't live here. The way I see it, if we can live here and we got a little steady income going on, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm ready to leave here. No, I'm at home, I know, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, very advanced. I know we at home, but I don't want to stay here and they having all this unrest and stuff like that. I don't want to get caught up in the bullshit because I feel like I've been through enough. Like, we don't like we it'd be different if we had our people pulling together and we had like a military and stuff, but like they trying to have like an unrest going on and all this. And if our people have not got organized by now, like what are we gonna, like what would happen if we just like what will we do? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like I don't have I got a spiritual army and I'm not in no fear or nothing like that. But I'm saying if it got so bad and I had to leave, then I just have to leave for a little while. I don't want to stay gone forever. But you can't, how you gonna stay here in a whole bunch of chaos and unrest and stuff like that. And by us being indigenous, we will be the most vulnerable in a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. Yeah, I'm at home. I don't want to go. I really don't even want to go anywhere. Like when I think about traveling, I want to go and visit. Like honestly, I want to travel. I've traveled out of the country and I want to travel some more. But I'm interested in going to the places where our ancient ancestors walked, like the Mississippi River, which is the Nile River. I'm interested in Arizona. I'm interested in Oklahoma. I've been to some places, but I'm interested in here. But at the same time, I'm like, what I see them doing, like it has to be destroyed before it can be rebuilt. Do we really want to be here through all of that, being that we are people that they target and stuff like that? That's all I'm saying. We don't want to just give up and say, oh, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. But it's good to have like a few plans and stuff, and it's not expensive. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Right. I just don't want to be. I don't want my people to suffer no more than they already have. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been through enough. Like I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm tired. I'm not tired like as far as I'm ready to give up, but I just don't want to. I don't want to go through a whole lot of unrest and all that mess. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing a whole lot of unnecessary stuff, and we still got some ignorant people. We still got some ignorant people that's like thinking that they want to be Democrat, they want to be Republican. They still don't see that they all working together, and I got family members that went. I've been to college, but I ain't indoctrinated. I know how to play the game, but I'm not a fake ass like phony type person either, where I'm just gonna sell out like that. Or I would have been like good, like far as like not having to go through stuff if I would have just did like everybody else did. And because a lot of our people, when it come to money, when it come to fame, and when it comes to selling out, it's easy to get our people to do that. They love money to the point where they'll do anything for it. I mean, a lot of our people are. So you can't really trust a lot of them because they'll do anything for be comfortable. And at the end of the day, they're not even comfortable. The ones that sold out, they still getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, they believe in yeah, they still believe it. Exactly. They still believe in politics. They still believe that the Democrats gonna save them. And if Kamala Harris would have became president, then we would be much better off. I got family members that's still telling me that I'm wrong for saying that Barack Obama didn't do nothing for us, and that he ain't really one of us. They think that I'm a sellout for saying stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna bulk up with these people with some shit going down, because them motherfuckers is dangerous. Like I got family members I gotta be skeptical of, and I can't be around, because I'm like, if something really go down, they gonna turn up. They're gonna be activated, and not in a good way, not with the ancestors, not with the ancient old ones. They're gonna be activated with that jab stuff and on some bullshit, or trying to get, on some I am legend zombie type shit, trying to get the ones that's real, the real Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? They still into that. Yeah, they still on that they still on that bullshit job about they believe they're gonna be, yep. You from San Francisco. Yeah, I'm not even from there. Yeah, but the California people are for some reason, I don't know what it is. They different. The California people a little different. They ain't slow like that. They not slow in the salsa. They act different. People say they're a little weird, but the California people, yeah, they own it. They know. Yeah, they know. Even the Florida people, them Florida people ain't slow. They got, just because somebody got that Southern accent, that's what people get it twisted. Them people, a lot of those people are smart. That's got those Southern people are smart. So yeah, when I went out of Florida, I was surprised how advanced they were. I guess it's that Bobby Hemmett said they got that river. They got that river out there that they keep throwing trash in to pollute it. But that's the Melchizedek River where it flows, and they even changed the flow of these rivers and stuff because the way it's flowing, it was like spiritual. So he said that's out there or whatever. But they keep polluting it. But yeah, I met some really advanced people when I was out there in Fort Lauderdale, going over to the Bahamas. Oh yeah. And I've met some really smart people from California too. Yep. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just sad. It's sad. It's sad. But the some of the people, you said your you said your grandma was in Dallas. They ain't so them Dallas people. Now some of these people in some of the other parts of Texas, I don't know. But yeah, Dallas, they that's the hustle, that's the hustles. They don't play. They bout it. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. They not dumb. Black people ain't dumb. Black people not dumb and stupid. They just indoctrinated and they want to be saved, and a lot of them don't want to put in the work because they've been told that Jesus is coming back. You know, Jesus gonna crack the sky and he gonna save them, and they want to be rescued. And all they got to do is just follow the religion and turn the other cheek and all that. Yeah, you supposed to forgive yourself, and you supposed to forgive to help yourself, but you don't supposed to be no turning the other cheek, just letting somebody keep fucking you in the ass without Vaseline, and you just like, by now we supposed to been pulled together and put a stop to this bullshit. If nothing at all, but just getting our own stuff and even in here branching out to our own little towns and stuff, our own infrastructures. We should. This is kind of last minute. I mean, I've been tired, but I can't do anything by myself. Yeah, I can't do it. Like, it's been times when I stood up for the community, and it's been some people that really stood, wanted to stand up, and they wouldn't let it go through. Like, one time I had the news center wanted to report something that I was doing in the community. They wanted to give me attention, and I put that on myself. I didn't get the news coverage with that I should have got because I wasn't focused like I should have been. I think it was my fault, and I didn't have the right intentions. I was working out of ego. I wasn't working like I'm working now out of good intentions. I was on some other stuff that was years ago, and I wasn't working on healing either. But it didn't go through. It was a class action lawsuit. It got pretty far, but I did have the people in the neighborhood pulling together. But it was so disappointing how they just, all that stuff we did, they just didn't even let it go. Like, they rule whether stuff can go to the Supreme Court and all of, like, they got too much power, and that's what's being torn down, and that's good because the power has been abused. It has really been abused, and I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to check myself and make sure that I'm operating out of balance, and unconditional love. Yeah. Yeah, all you said, all you can do is what you can do. Yeah, and I know I even helped the Spanish community when I was in North Carolina because of their living conditions, and they, I noticed that when it come to us, they ain't riding for us. So I went somewhere and sat my ass down. I learned from that. I'm like, y'all let me get out here and play Jesus Christ. But when I need y'all to stand up on issues when it come to us, y'all ain't nowhere to be found. So I learned my lesson. I didn't know. I didn't know no better. But when you know better, you do better. So now I don't be doing all of that. I used to be like trying to be the sacrificial lamb and sacrificing myself and for ain't nobody gonna do that for me. You know what I'm saying? I will help you out or help out a cause, but I have boundaries. I can't deplete myself, and that's something that I had to come into. I had to settle with, like, it's not but so much I can do, and I have to know when to say no. I gotta know what I can and can't do, because at the end of the day, if I'm not well, I can't help nobody else. If my mental health and my body and mind ain't right, no, they ain't reciprocate nothing. I brought in the city because I felt sorry for, what was I doing? I think I was doing something in the neighborhood where I was just going around doing my normally charity stuff, probably just going around just being me. And I was looking at the houses, and they was actually showing me how their houses is all mildewed and fucked up and this and that. So I went through the right channels to report it. And you know them, they don't like that. They don't like it when you a smart nigga anyway. They don't like that shit. I done had issues several times because of me knowing how to do, like, I know how to get the attention. It was a situation where it involved like me, but it involved a lot of black people where they were actually just, remember that racist Jesse Helms? He had passed a law back in 2009 or 8 where they put the people that had driver while license revoked in the same category as a drunk driver. So what I did was I wrote to the motherfucker and I was like, I kept writing and I was like, it's not fair that you put these people that's trying to get to work in North Carolina, they don't have driving while license. They have driving while license revoked. They don't. Yeah, I know because I actually wrote to the what do you call it? The people that's in the seats that's in DC, but they actually run the districts in North Carolina. But it's the people that's in the seat. I wrote to different levels. I went too high. I wrote to him, but they told me I had to drop down. But yeah, they was putting the people in the same category that got, like, you get stopped and you got a driving while license revoked. That was going in the same category as a drunk driver. Yes. I was like, this is not right. I wrote like about 9 or 10 letters, but eventually it changed. Because it don't make no sense, the laws that they be making. That's why we need people that's like sensible people. People that's real, not no freaking clones and not no damn agents of chaos, not these fucking activists that pretend, like Dane Calloway said. Dane Calloway said they paying these activists to say we from Africa and all this. And I totally agree with him on that. And I'm glad he brought that up. And he talked about the Smithsonian Institute. And my uncle actually worked there. And he was telling me so many stories. The stories that my uncle told me about that Smithsonian is the same stories that, like that movie when that museum come alive at night. Um, that Smithsonian is not our friend. Like they said, they got 21 museums. They done stole our artifacts and shit, and they got a research lab where they researching us. They know who we are. Those artifacts come alive. They want to come back to their original people. They come alive at night. Even that shit that the Vatican got up under there, that's our stuff. The stuff they got, the artifacts, those artifacts are actually active, and they really active now. They coming back online. So, you know, he was saying how Donald Trump is doing something with that Smithsonian, and you got these activists up there talking about, oh, they trying to take away our. That's like that's lies in them books, and that is lies about all that stuff. They lied and lied and lied because ain't nobody. We ain't come over here on no slave ship. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yes, it's a bunch of thieves. Nothing more. They stole our stuff, and they stole that stuff over in British when they got it out of Egypt and took it over there. Remember that story Bobby Hibben talk about? How he said it had some kind of dust that when you put that dust on the chair, it'll make it float. But all of it blew off that ship. They was trying to take that back to Britain. They got a little bit of that in the museum. They stole all our stuff. Yeah. When they weakened us down, I guess when they disconnected us from our source. And I guess they said they cut down the crystal trees and stuff and disconnected us. And that's why I researched they were burning them trees in North Carolina, them female trees. So they weakened us. I guess they had to find the people that told them that had to be people that looked like us, Anunnaki, the Anunnaki. And they used them as puppets. They used them folks them white folks as they puppets to exert the force against us. But come on, it had to be somebody that know us, that know how our avatar is made and know what makes us strong, like Superman, know our weaknesses and all that. Had to be. That white powder, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. And he was saying how they use drugs and stuff, but it ain't that stuff like now. It's the pure, like they found like coke, they found cocoa, they found cocaine in the pharaohs and stuff. Yeah, they found that in their system. All kind of cocaine and all different kind of pure drugs and stuff. They had a good stuff back then. Shit. I'm scared of this shit now. Look, This shit now ain't what they say it is. No, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, none of it. I don't trust none of this new shit. None of it. I don't care if it's the marijuana or what. This shit ain't right. It's not. Cause even back in the '90s and stuff like that, and even before they brought that stuff about, it was just something different. It's different now. I don't trust it. Like you gotta be careful. People dying from just smoking marijuana. I mean, you gotta be careful. You gotta have your kits, your tester kits, and all that. I ain't gonna sit here and say that I didn't indulge in marijuana and stuff, popping a pill or something back in the day. I don't mess with it. I don't mess with none of it now because I don't trust it. I don't trust it. People now will sell you anything. You know what I'm saying? And I was around the OGs, like them people. Them people had this real deal. Holy, like I was around some dons. So even some of my family members. I mean, I won't around no bad people, but I'm saying they was people. They were business people. But yeah. I know what it is. Like I know what the kind bud and the Arizona, all that. I done had all that. So I know what it is. This stuff here is now it's different. They got these people smoking with these people that smoke now act like crack. They got the people that smoke weed now like crackheads. You don't supposed to be constantly going back getting weed, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's supposed to last. I remember I stayed high off of some kind bud for days. I don't know what that I ain't gonna lie. And my top when I first tried it when I was like a teen, like 19, 8, 19, I didn't have a good experience. I used to couldn't smoke it when I was younger because like when I was like teen, because it was something probably with me, paranoia or something like that. I really couldn't. I had a bad experience on the first time that I tried it, as somebody said they believe my family member laced it or something. And if they did, that's some dirty ass shit. Cause I'm so glad that I'm all right. Cause I seen some people that have that type of experience, they don't never come back to themselves. But I had a bad experience and it didn't last long and I was all right. But I don't know. I would not want to know if he did that to me or not because we grew up. That's like my first cousin. Like he pretty much I'm like, if I really know that he did some stuff like that to me, knowing that I was in the experience, that's dirty. I mean, I know he really hated me because I could have lost my mind. I was married and everything. I had such a bad experience. My experience was so bad the first time I did it, it was Martians chasing me. So my husband was like, your cousin must have did something because that don't sound like no regular marijuana. Or maybe my tolerance was just that low. Yeah, maybe my tolerance was just that low because I couldn't imagine no regular marijuana making me. I really seen Martians. They chased me on the fucking road while I was driving my freaking Honda Accord. It was great. Like I'm looking behind me, and I see Martians circling behind me, and I ran my damn car. I didn't wreck it, but I ran it in the thing. I got stuck. Yeah, I think I had a really bad. It was crazy. I ain't never in my life. I done seen some shit in my time, but that was crazy. Yeah, but it ain't happened since then. I have smoked since then, and I didn't have that experience. But that first experience was like Martians. I'm talking about these were green people chasing me like they had the. It was so real. I had never seen nothing like that in my life. I'm like, what in the hell did I? Boy, it was just crazy. But yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that's what I want to talk about with like Dane talking about how they pay these people to tell us we from Africa. They already know a lot of us are indoctrinated. And I don't get angry at my people for not knowing. I have more patience now with people because I'm mature, older, and wiser, and I have more compassion and understanding. So I don't get like, oh, you supposed to know, because no, they don't know. No, they don't. They don't. They don't know. No, you ain't never seen no shit like that doing acid. Now you know you supposed to see some shit like that doing some acid. I know somebody I know had a bad trip. They had a bad trip because they say when you take them trips, you're supposed to be going on a spiritual. journey of healing and enlightenment, right? You supposed to have a guide too on them shrooms. Now I know the acid and the shrooms is two different things, but I don't know what I was doing. I don't either it was me or that was some stuff had been somebody done added some stuff on. And my husband declared that wasn't just no marijuana I was smoking. I don't know because it was suspect during that time. I didn't know it, but my cousin was dibbling and dabbling in the experiment. So he might have made a mistake or mixed in some stuff that I wasn't supposed to have. I don't know. Because I noticed somebody told me like, ain't it somehow stuff come to the light? Somebody was like, you know, your cousin, he was getting on some bad stuff. So, hey, who knows? He might have mixed up the blunt and gave me some up. I'm grateful that I came back from that trip. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah. And I was brave because I went back and smoked some more. Not with him. And I probably did smoke with that fool after that. I probably did. Because I wouldn't have never but look. I was so naive. You couldn't have told me in a million years that my cousin did something like that to me. Because he was like my older brother. I had an older brother, but he was more like the one that I looked to. You know, he would always take up for me. When my brother wouldn't. So I was like, oh, he loved me. What'd you say? Them shrooms are mild. Acid is that shit. Look, let me tell you, y'all California people do be messing with that acid. Look, I met this guy in like the late 90s. Don't you know that man had some? He was rolling it. He was down here from California, and not here, but he was in North Carolina. Don't you know that man was gonna get me the money? I was like, I can't do that. And then that was after that. Wasn't that after that? Was that before or after? I'm trying to think, was that before or after I went through that bad trip with that time with my cousin? Anyway, I know I wasn't about to smoke it. I'm glad he told me. I said no, thank you. It smelled funny too, cause I didn't know how I would react. I might be like Chris Brown, not Chris Brown, but what's his name? Chris Tucker. I might be. I thought I might would have been like him running down the street. Hell no. And my family real funny. They would have put me away. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, families you can get, but them people I was around them, my mom and them, you know, they preachers and pastors, and they would have said I had a demon in me or something. People would have put me away in a damn, ain't no telling. I'm like, no. Damn, I'm not about to be running down no street. I hear you. You said you ain't there, yeah. Shrooms are mild. Yeah. Yeah, I would be like, definitely. I probably would have been like messing with that California stuff. I'd have probably been running in the damn all them swamps around. I've been running in the water somewhere. They been like, oh, you know how them Christians, she got a demon. She done got hold of some stuff and the demons done got her. Yeah, it's like shit. You know how that's how they think. Everything is the devil. Oh, and I got something else to tell you. Let's listen to a little more of this, but I got something else to tell you about that.
Out around in a private jet, and you talk about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all?
Uh-oh.
You niggas are crazy. Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Now, I don't agree with that. It's funny, though. I don't agree with that, but it's funny as hell. He ain't right about that now. But he right about a lot of the stuff he said. I don't agree. I don't agree with they didn't build nothing over here because they did do it, but they did it. And they did. They built over here and they built in other parts of Africa, but maybe not in the parts he talking about. But I get what he's saying though. I get exactly what he's saying. He didn't talk about the let's see. That's it. They cut that out. Oh my god. He said, you know what he was saying about 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 Barack Obama is that it should have been a black woman womb where that president came from. That's what he was saying. It should have been a black womb that that the president, first black president, came out of. That's what he said. Yeah. And I looked it up. I was looking and seeing where the word Satan derived from and where demon and all that came from. You know, it's really pronounced diamond. I'm gonna post it on my post too, because I don't like to say stuff and not provide it. And the word is in the Hebrew. It starts out with ma, ma, something like ma, like you saying ma. It wasn't pronounced like that. The demons didn't become evil until the Christians got it in the after 325 AD, and Satan was just an adversary or somebody against somebody spiritually, or just a person, an adversary. It didn't become the devil with horns till later on. Ain't that some shit? Until after the Christians and the 325 and all that, after the Council of Nicaea and them got a hold of it, that's when they started putting the angels, because the angels and the angels, they made the angels for God and his messengers, and they made the demons evil creatures. That wasn't the case. That's not how it originally started out. Ain't that something? But it's pronounced diamond, like a diamond. It's not demon. They put that in there later on, but it's diamond. But its Hebrew pronunciation is ma. I got it. It's ma something. Ma. It's like saying ma. The beginning of it. Yeah, he in that bloodline. They all look. They got us over here. They got us over here fighting. They got us they ain't true niggas in innovation. Yeah. So yeah, they got us over here fighting over skin color in America, white and black. That's the only place you're gonna find they talking about white people. And them white people ain't even really white people. They just uh what you call it? It's not natural. The light they saying the lighter you get, the more it's like a mutation. They ain't really black people without melanin or mutated. They are mutated being of a black person or something like that. Just like mutants or something like that. But it's no such thing as white and black. But uh, then white people smart though. They know they need that melanin to survive, so they get it from, and they get it they do it subconscious. I don't blame them. If I was a white person, I'd probably be trying to get me some black kids and get me up on a black person too. I would. I know I probably would. So I don't blame them, because that melanin helps them. Even when the sperm, even in the black man's sperm, that woman gets that melanin from that, and them kids are able to survive because they had to get that one drop of blood. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed to be able to survive. And I get it. And it's more so about survival than it is about racism, because they know they are not as strong as we are. They need our even the minstrel's blood. I was reading, what was I looking at? I need to play that. Even our menstrual blood and stuff. That's very valuable. The menstrual cycle and stuff. That's why I'd be like, they probably getting that stuff out of them trash cans, because they said that's vital to their survival and all of that. And then somebody was talking about, Mama T, and then was talking about how they need the adrenochrome and stuff. That's the Anunnaki. They need that spark. That's they like it gets them high. It's like a elixir and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, when them white women start, Bobby went on that. Yep. Bobby said demon came from yeah, diamond. Yep, our soul is a yep. They teaching us to be afraid. You deep. You too deep. You know that. You too deep. A lot of people don't. A lot of people can't. Don't know. They can't. They don't even know. And what about the goetics? Bobby was talking about we got them all in us, them different goetics and stuff like that. And they got us afraid of these personalities that's inside us that we can tap into. Everything is within us. We are we. They said we online now. Like you can tap into your ancient ancestors and be like, look, I need you to give me your talent to be able to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I'm tapping in with you. Can you give me the information? And da 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 da. They said they back that they don't woke up. The ancient old ones, they is about to. Whew, these people been played around and done slaved. That's revelations right there. That's what Revelations talking about. That's done happened. They done slaved Tiamat, the mother that we got. That she was the grandmother. They said the grandmother, all our mother. That's where we come from originally. That's the bitch. That's why they got us hating the snake, the dragon, the snake, and that's dragon between the snake and the dragon. They got us hating that too. We everything we say, we be talking about ourselves. They got us like cursing ourselves. You doing good. Oh yeah, they look. They take that what it say? What you say? You can't. Some white people cool. Yeah, some of them got good spirits. Yeah, they not white though. Some of them. I met. Look, let me tell you. This boy that was Fred that we was in our neighborhood. He be passing. His mama darker than me, and she from Louisiana. They from Louisiana. He ain't. He just looked like that. He really not white. He just passed, but that's what they be doing. Like Elvis Presley and a bunch of the other ones, they be passing. Even the ones back in the day, even J. Edgar Hoover with his no good ass that was over the LBI, he was passing. He was black. They be black. All them people was black. They just was passing, trying to. Some of them was cool with us and secretly helping us, but some of them was of that bloodline. You know, they was of that Anunnaki or whatever, the one that instilled these religions to get us like we is all messed up, and you can't tell these people Jesus ain't coming back through. If they do a blue beam and crack that sky, it's gonna be a lot of niggas gone. They're gonna be abducted and somewhere underground getting their damn kidneys and stuff sucked out because they thinking somebody coming back to save them. Yeah, you can't tell the difference. You can't even with because they don't got they want to drop, and they got a right to because they were the way they was created won't right. I mean, let's go deep. The way they created them, they didn't ask for that. They created them in labs and mixed them with monkeys and pigs. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be like, oh, I hate for what they gotta have an ascension right. Even they Rod Hayes even talk about that. Like they gotta have their right to ascend and all that too. Like if they wasn't, if they it's like they was created as an abomination. So why wouldn't Big Mama give them some type of a way to rectify that? You know what I'm saying? And to heal that and balance that out. Yeah, I get it. They here. They are look. They in you. You are the premortal. I know by the way you talk. You are them. You are them. That's all within you. You just keep coming back. You just keep coming back. I know I'm ancient. I know I've been here many times before. Yep. And they say that some of us, they say, okay, I don't know. I always felt like my aunt said she dreamed that I was coming from outer space or something, which she was right. They said the other dimensions, a lot of us come from the Sirius star system. That's connected to the Anubis and all of that. That's where we come from. They say it look like this Earth here. They all look alike, the different dimensions and stuff like that. But they say somebody said this is the Anunnaki realm. Because they can only materialize here, the material, the matrix, and Maat that got the tricks. So they got the authority over this realm right here. But if I'm supposed to be here, I won't go back home where I'm supposed to be. If I mean, I want to be where I'm supposed to be at, honey. I don't want to be trapped in no bullshit. If I'm supposed to be trapped in this bullshit, I'm ready. Me too. Come on, let's go. Whatever. Yeah, that's why I learned that my goals are, my north node is going from the material to the spiritual, because my south node is in Taurus, my north node is in Scorpio, so that's leaving the material and going and more so focusing on spiritual things. Yeah, yeah, that's right. They said they're not supposed to exist. We definitely fucking up by even. I think we created them to be. Yeah, I have too. I'm very infatuated with Sirius. Even before I was even really getting into this spiritual stuff, I think I knew about I was always infatuated with the Dogon tribe and how they was channeling that and how they knew about that star system without the telescopes and all that stuff. Yeah, and they mad with us because they did we do that? I think that was the Anunnaki that did that. We didn't do that shit, did we? We ain't do no abomination of mess like that. I don't think we did. I hope I ain't had nothing to do with it. I hope I ain't had nothing. That's why they mad. Come on, they mad. They not able to produce and live and tolerate that sun and stuff like that. I'd be mad too. But don't take it, can't take it out on me, because I can get dark too. You know what I'm saying? I'm very loving, but I ain't on that. Oh, I gotta turn the other cheek and lay down, let somebody keep. No, I can get dark too. I ain't afraid. I mean, I'm not afraid. If I feel like I got a right to defend myself and somebody fucking with me, then I can get dark. You know, I can go either way. I'm balanced. So right. Yeah, you probably if you yeah, you probably from there. Right. Yeah, I'm not afraid of Don, the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer. And yeah, I I got a situation there with somebody playing with me, but it's not on no family stuff. This is more so like business. It's not even on no so it's more so um on a situation on another level of them, they trying to do like a trying to I'm like, you really don't know this is gonna be the tipping point for you and your company messing with me like that. Not that I'm so special, but I am. But I'm just saying, people really underestimate when they keep on doing the same. They've been doing this to so many people, and they've been doing it so long. They think they can still get away with it. But what's gonna happen is when you when you mess around at the wrong time with the wrong people, then that's when you come to an end. You be exposed. This is the time of exposure. I can't do the stuff I used to do. And I'm on a Saturn. I'm on that Saturn. You do not want to move on no Saturn line or no Mars line, no Mars or Saturn line, and you do not want to be playing around with when Saturn is in retrograde of damn Pisces like right now. You don't want to be living on no Saturn line or no Mars line, and that shit retrograding in Pisces, and we in the year of exposure, and abuse of power. You want to be balanced and trying to do the righteous. What is it that Mama not Mama T, but Sister Myra talking about the righteous. The air is the righteous father, righteous thinking, and that sun is the passion to do the right thing and justice. That water is that love, that unconditional love of the mother, and that earth is the daughter, the character. That character, you having the right character. The sun is the passion to defend justice. The father is the righteous thinking, and that water is the mother. That's that unconditional and that love. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we created a lot of stuff. But I'm trying to be balanced, but at the same time, I know it ain't nothing wrong with me going dark too if I need to. Like they want to tell you like, don't be doing this and everything they tell us not to tap into, we need to be tapping into that. I ain't talking about no killing, no. I ain't talking about no hurt no children and all that crazy shit. I'm talking about that stuff that they tell us not to do. That's exactly what I be trying to study and learn. Cause motherfucker, that's probably our shit that we need to tap into to defeat their ass. Okay, cause they so scared of them damn Haitians. When they use that damn voodoo to defeat that damn Napoleon at work, didn't it? They making them pay for that right now. Sure it is, always for my son. And they take our stuff and they use it against us. But they don't want us to. They want us to be, oh Jesus, come save me, and oh hallelujah. Soon as you say, you see that lady said Jesus in the name of Jesus, that man shot her down. Okay. Well, I know I done been in some situation where I had my crystals in my pocketbook and stuff, and they looked in there and seen that shit. That guy scared. I knew that shit had some power. They talking about, what are you walking around with that for? They hurry up and got my black ass up out of there they seen that. When they seen I had all them different crystals and stuff in my pocketbook tucked away with them herbs, and they ain't like that shit. They ain't like that. They don't want no nigga messing with that. It's okay to call on Jesus and all that stuff, but when they see you messing with that natural, that stuff that they demonize, oh yeah, you want, yeah, okay, uh-huh, sure ain't. Mm-mm. Yeah, and we as women, we that mess with like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, it's so terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I see what Nicki doing, trying to say she doing that with other people's kids, so she gonna expose her. But then when Little Kim came on the force, them women just, them some unhealed wounds. I don't want to be in that place no more. I don't look. I don't have battles and wars and all this and that with women in the family and stuff when I was younger, and that shit is no good. You got the other women looking at that as an example, and it ain't no good for none of us. We need to be going somewhere and heal it. I even got to the point where I sit around, and because I know when I say stuff, it come true. So I gotta be, and I'll be held accountable for it, for what I say out of my mouth. So I have to be careful. I can't. I rejected religion. That you was on top of it, because I was trying to be. I was getting away from it, but I was still trying to go to the Father and forgive me and say, man, that's some hard. And I was still dealing with this astrology and stuff. I was still, in fact, that's impossible. It's impossible to be a wretched sinner, no good, and you full of shit, and you full of sin, all that. Come on, that you giving all your energy away. Yeah, they better leave you alone, or they gonna find out. Oh, they gonna find out. Yeah, they definitely are. And you know what? What they trying to do? And I hope they hear me. They trying to when they get you in your emotions, they get energy from that. They probably know who I am, but they don't think I know who I am. So they thinking I'm one of them, because most black people, when they tell you like something bad news, it's like, oh, your blood pressure rise up and you start getting upset with everybody around you and fearing and being in survival mode and thinking you. When I realized that I am the source, I am the bank. It's all within me. All I gotta do is in us. Now's the time to create. And I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure it all out, but it's time to create from within. And that, they're getting it so now you can't express yourself, you can't talk, you can't say what you want. So you're gonna have to express it in art form. And guess what? They taking our DNA and they putting that into AI. So that's our shit, really. So that's a tool for us to learn how to use. Whatever you do, you learn how to use that as a tool to perfect it. Okay? Because that's our DNA that they taking out and using it in there. Them crystals and all, even that 20, whatever, Forever 21, that's our DNA they putting into them computers and all that. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Yeah. I heard about that Nicki and Cardi mess, but I ain't right. Yeah. That's a distraction, but it's, what it is. This lady said it. She's a real pretty lady that get up here, and I wish I knew her. I just subscribed to her. But she's a big Nicki Minaj barb. She's a barb. She's pretty too. Very, very pretty lady. And I ain't no hater. Matter of fact, when my wound won't heal, I won't no hater. I always admired. I'm not on no homo or lesbian type mess either. I always admire pretty women. And they can be smaller than me, be more shaped. I always admire beautiful women. I always have. I admire the women in my family. I had women being jealous of me. I'm like, what the hell are y'all jealous of? I'm talking about women are already white women. I'm like, y'all are sick. I'm trying to be cool with everybody. I always been like, oh, sister, I ain't gonna never say I ain't okay. I've been jealous like when I was a teenager and I was trying to keep the attention of my husband and a boyfriend, and I got I've had friends that like be trying to check on my dude. Nah, I'm crazy. Like, don't do me like that. Cause I'll do some more weird shit. Like, I ain't gonna just take it laying down. Yeah. I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm very loyal. Yeah, that Nikki and Cardi mess, but that's the state of a lot of our women. That's how they feel about each other. And that's sad that we gotta that unhealed. That's a sign of the state of how a lot of the women are with each other in our culture. That unhealed wound. Cardi represents the black woman too, because she ain't nothing but like a light skin. They look, them people don't accept her in the white Dominican. Them people look down on her as trash, no matter how much money she gets, like a light skinned black woman. So that's the state of our women. That's the state. That's what they at each other next, and it's gotta change. They gotta heal themselves so they can learn to work with each other. They're gonna have to come together. They're gonna have to come together at a middle ground, and it ain't gonna be about no eyelashes. It ain't gonna be about no makeup. It ain't gonna be about no BBLs and who got this Lamborghini and who got 70 million. That let me tell you, all that ain't gonna matter. All that ain't gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? All that who looked the best, who got the better BBL, who got a better man. All that competition shit ain't nothing but ego and stuff that they created and pitted us against each other when they brought down the matriarchy. The patriarchy is filled. And let me tell you who holding up the patriarchy from the bottom. The black woman. The black woman. The patriarchal black woman is holding it up. And that white man that's afraid of losing his power. They hold the black woman holding it up from the bottom. The black woman, not all of us, but a majority of us is holding it up. And I don't even think we're aware of it. I don't think we're aware. But that I heard that conversation between Nikki and Ray. You talking about that old conversation, right? Talking about the old conversation they had where Nikki was calling him out for being on the download. That's got to be very, very, very mentally depressing, dealing with a whole bunch of men that's all of them basically on the down low, homosexuals. And I don't even have a problem with that, but it's dangerous to be doing that, and then you sleeping with these women and spreading all them diseases and them. Them women in that industry is. Cardi B don't care because she know that that's most of the men that's like the man she with. They mostly are on the down low. They said they got married to him. They gotta be married to an old white small head anyway. They gotta be them black men is the husband of a old white small hat. Okay, so that's like all of them. And I don't understand what the hype is about being famous. If you got to go through all that, you got to get rid of people you love. You got to get busted out in the butt. And the woman got to get ran through by old dirty men that look like they need to be throw themselves in the trash can. I don't get like what, just so you can pretend in front of us that you got it going on, and then when you do the wrong thing, they either take you out, put you in jail, take all your shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. I never got it. Like even when I was in the even when I was in mostly like gospel music, they wanted me to sign up to do stuff with these rappers, and I wouldn't do it. And because I don't. That's a hard job. I'm not built for that. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a hard job. I got sex appeal. I know how to turn on a man that I want to be with and stuff like that, but I could not do it. I can't do it. That takes some skill. You know how do you know how humble you gotta be to be a sex, like this lady was talking in that bar. Them women think they could do it. They cannot be no sex worker. I done studied them. Like I just be interested. Like I have studied the stripper, the sex worker. That shit is not easy. That's not an easy job. These women out here talking about them. That is a job. That's a job. You gotta entertain men that you don't like and make them want to give you their money? No, that's not it. I won't want to do it. But some women they enjoy it, and I don't judge because that's the dominatrix, the even the phone sex, like it's a job, like. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think most men in my family they have dealt with women like that. So why would I be like, oh, I look down upon man? Some of them women have helped these marriages stay together. Because if that motherfucker didn't go out there and get him a piece from that woman that's working the night, what you call it? They call them the night crawlers, and what they call the trucks, what the truck drivers, what they call them what they what do they call? What's that name that my son called them women that the truck drivers pick up? If it weren't for them women, it'd be a lot of dead women. It'd be I don't know if it was an old combo. It's just some of what she was saying. Yeah, it was coded. Yeah, it really was. Yeah, yeah. The masses are sheep. The masses are sheep. They are. It's sad. They do all that for that. It was coded, and they are. How we know they ain't setting up all this beef with each other? But but in the same time, I see it like that lady said. It's the state of a lot of our women at this point. Like it's sad that they tear each other down. They worry about how somebody look. They compare. It's like comparing apples to another apple to. Y'all both got some fucked up shit going on. Like you need to be somewhere working on healing and getting your life in order. You know what I'm saying? And comparing, yeah, I admire her MC. It ain't really too many that could compare to Nicki Minaj. She got it going on when it comes to her. She's an MC. I respect that. She can rap. You know what I'm saying? She's creative. Blah blah blah. All of that. I believe she got some unhealed. She has an unhealed wound. I don't know if it started with her mother or what woman it started with, but there's some unhealed issues going there where she don't trust women and stuff like that. And I understand why that industry is that's you ain't got no friends. That's in general in life. So imagine how cutthroat they are in that music industry. You know what I'm saying? Lizards, yeah, lizards. It is. It's all fake. It is. Dealing with a bunch of whole weirdo yeah, I couldn't imagine dealing with women I don't like. I can't do it. It's a hard job. I can't. I can't do that. You gotta be you gotta have you gotta be a certain type of mindset to be able to do that. Like think about it. You gotta go and sleep with people that you don't like, and not even sleep with them. Even the dominatrices, I don't think they necessarily sleep with them, but they get paid. Some of them get paid a lot of money to humiliate these powerful men. Now that in itself, I'm wondering if I could do that. If I could humiliate these powerful white men and make them, and I ain't gotta sleep with them, and I just beat their ass. That's something I might could do. I ain't gonna lie. I might could be like, get on your knees and just eat the damn dog food off the floor, and then put $10,000. Now that, I beg to differ. Hey, I digress. But that's a hard job. Yeah, people look down on them, but like that lady said, that Nikki Barb, that lady, I don't know what her name is. It's called the Red Witch or something like that. She's real cute. She's real cute. The Red Witch. She got on some makeup, but she said, it's her business. I don't care. She's like, it's not a lot, but she look cute. She really is cute. And it ain't nothing wrong with makeup, long as you know you ain't overdoing it and you got to compliment yourself, blah blah blah. But anyway, she was talking about how it is hard to be a sex worker and how if they got it, we're in a society where we get skills and go to jobs, but if we had to go and entertain these men and get paid for that, a lot of us ain't got no sex appeal. The only reason why the men want us is because they they gotta want us. But if we really had to get out there and turn on these men and use sex, she said, sex appeal ain't looking good, ain't being pretty. It's a totally difference between looking pretty and having sex appeal. That's two different things, and she right. Cause yeah, I beat them up. I sure would beat their ass and make them pay me. You damn right. I'll beat their ass. I think about all that slavery. Let me stop. I wouldn't go too far. I wouldn't. I ain't doing that shit. Cause I might. No, I don't want to do that either. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to treat nobody like shit. I don't. I don't get no threat. Like I know one time I dated this older person, and it's like they like to be humiliated and stuff like that. I don't like that. I don't. The yeah, her. I like. Do you like her? That's her. Yeah, that's her. I think she's cute, and I think I just started watching her. I don't know how she got up in my algorithm, but I subscribe to it. I don't know. I ain't seen all her stuff, but I like what she was saying about how she did that connotation between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj representing the state of how we are towards other women, how we don't like it, like how most of us hate each other. Like I felt the energy recently where like it's like you ready to get me and I don't even know what the fuck I'm really doing. I'm trying to learn. You ready to get me already? I don't want nobody, man. Look, I'm telling you. Okay, I like what she sex appeal is more than look. It is that sex appeal. Everybody ain't got it. I got some. I know I got some sex because there's been times when I didn't look like glamorous and I went out and I'd be like, well, then that might not even be this. It might. I think I got it, but you know what? I think I do got some sex appeal, but I think I do because I tried it out to see if I could. I could get. I always been a freak of psychology, like trying to figure people out and wondering what make them tick, just to see what works and where I'll experiment. I used to try to see if I could get men that like, or just not like get them to sleep with them, but get them attracted and into me. Men that was that people think out of my league because maybe I'm too dark or maybe I'm not the type that they would even talk to or like or whatever. So I be testing my sex appeal out, not to get them in bed, but just to see if I could get them really, really, like really interested in me. I've done that, and it's worked. And I'm like, okay, like, okay, yeah, sex appeal is definitely not looks. So I just be I wonder can I really get him interested in me. So just to see. So I think I got some, but I ain't gonna say I got it where I could go out here and run a whole strip club and run through the nightlife. I can't go say all that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the real red witch. She said some interesting things, but she's a barb. You got to keep in mind. I never know what people. I just, uh, no, hey, maybe it was an ego thing. I don't really do that anymore. I just because see, I had people tell me like, oh, you can't get this type of man and they ain't gonna like you and you this and you that and you ain't gonna get this and that. And I'd be like trying to see, is you I'm gonna prove you motherfucker watch. Ego. I shouldn't even have bought into that shit. Just trying to be on some that shit is dangerous too, being on some stunt and like trying to prove somebody wrong. It ain't look, only thing I'm in competition with now is myself. I ain't competing with nobody but myself. But for some reason, I experienced briefly of I don't mess like I never been the type of woman to try to mess with nobody, man. Even if I don't know that woman and I know they got a man, I don't roll like I ain't never been the type to try to take no. I'm just gonna go in that relationship, just take that motherfucker away from her. I ain't doing all that. He gotta leave and be free and clear. Look, I had this man one time. Oh, he had this terrible. He had a this woman hated me. I believe this woman tried to even. I believe she tried to do something to me, like as far as like witchcraft or something like that, because she was scared to fuck with me, and I was little then. Like I was petite at that time, but she was scared of me, and she was a big bully, butch, bully ass. No, I just I have not to the point of like just I have because I had people telling me I wasn't gonna be this and do that, and I like fuck you, I'm gonna show you, and that's a waste of energy. I don't do that no more, but I have because I felt like I had to prove something. And that's bad. That's not a good place to be. Yeah, it's not. But I had this big bully bitch that was my neighbor when I lived in this townhouse in North Carolina. What in the world? Sorry about that. Oh Lord. Oh, y'all go about to get some footage. Shoot, I'm like, you gonna put on a show right there? Okay, we gonna record it. Let's lights, camera, action. Shit, go somewhere else with that noise. Playing with me, you got the right one. Yeah, it's good now. It's good now. Cause I went out there and I'm like, okay, what do anybody is everything all right? Do neighborhood watch on the scene? You damn right. I got the ancestors in the back and the front. I got the phone over here and I got my Smith and Wesson over here. You better get the fuck on. It wasn't nothing about me. It was something going on. But Don, don't be right there in front of my old way with all that. Nah, got time for that. I ain't like I said, it isn't none of my business what people do, but you're not gonna let it's not gonna spill over into my life. No. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Shit, that wild shit. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You're damn right. Yeah, it's good. Oh, fuck. It's 12 something at night. No. Shit, I pay taxes. If it ain't good, I'm gonna do what I gotta do and call 911. I don't give a fuck. But You know, they do they do that. They do their little stuff every now and then. It's been a lot better. It used to be where they have their dogs, and I don't live in. I look. I do not live this close, and I'm used to being spaced out, and I'm about to move. I am really about to move, but it's gotten better. But I'm still moving. They don't burnt me out. I will never. I will never. I didn't even know. I looked this place up on the internet, and that was stupid. I didn't even realize that it was that close to the next place. It's just, in this city, it's just the stuff. You got to be careful. The places is just, even if you got a house, it's too close. It's too fucking close. I'm from the country. I'm not used to that. It's really it's that disgusts me, and it's been a test for me. I'm probably going through some karma because it's been times when I lived places and I really was not. I wasn't appreciative. I was spoiled. Yeah, I was. I'm very funny about like my where I live and where and how the house is and all this and that. So I'm paying for some shit, but I'm at the end. I ain't even gonna sit here and try to act like that. I don't know what it is. It ain't bad as it was. This was, mm, honey. Let me tell you, I have come a long way with having to transmute energy and stuff. Hmm. But it's gotten better. But yeah, they know I'm not gonna tolerate that. I don't even know why they doing that wild shit. And then they know I'm not dealing with it. They know I'm not. Yeah, I done clean up this. I done cleaned it. When I came, it changed. It's gotten better since I've been here because I'm not tolerating that type of shit around me. I don't care what you do, but you're not gonna just you're not gonna let your shit. It's not running over into where I'm at. This nigga shit. Yeah, you know how it is. I don't like that stuff. I don't. I didn't even know on the internet this place looked like heaven on earth, and I should have known better. That was my fault because I didn't come here and check it out. I just moved, moved without checking out the neighborhood and stuff like that. It's on me. Mm-mm. But no, I don't like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. But that's them. Look, I don't care if you prostituting, selling drugs, getting high. You don't gotta disturb me doing it. You do not have to disturb me doing what you do. It's none of my business. If I'm in here doing my thing or whatever I'm doing, it ain't rolling over there and disturbing you. So it shouldn't be like that for me. I'm about to everything good. So I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Okay. What was I talking about? I don't even know there. I don't even know. I think we was talking about the women and how the healing of the womb, and that's a representation of what's going on. That done got thrown off a little bit. But I've been up here for a while. Shoot. And I think we talked about the Dane Calloway stuff, the healing of the womb, the Nicki Minaj, and the Cardi B stuff, and the agents and all that. And what else? Yeah, we're gonna have to find like-minded people and pull together. But yeah, I've lived in some this ain't, it's not as, like I said, it's better. It's a lot better than it was when I first moved. So I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful. It's a lot more quieter and peaceful, and I'm still moving, but it's a lot better. Yeah, you know how it is. Anywhere you live, it's gonna be that group. It's gonna be that group of people anywhere where you live. So, like I said, it's gotten better. It's been worse. So I'm just grateful for that. You know. Anyway, I don't have nothing else to talk about. So I guess I will get over here and see what's going on. Let me think. Uh, Let me look over here. Let's see. Why I got that big? Okay. Um, I'm gonna look at this dang Callaway thing. Well, maybe. Here we go. Mm. Hmm.
You can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44.
They brought spawn melanated people out there as well that they I'm not trying to say that they worshipped, but they looked up to, like the original samurai. I'm talking about the Japanese. The Japanese know what's up. The original samurai was all melanated people. And matter of fact, they came out with a video game about this, y'all. Oh man, and I'm trying to think of the name of that video game now. And that video was that video game like that. And I only got a chance to play it a little bit. Damn it, bruh. Oh man, I'm trying to think of that.
I wanted to see the one he had where he's talking about the
but it was based around a Japanese story about our, like, it's like the animality of
the
indigenous people there. Oh man, y'all, I'm trying to think of the name of the joint.
They tried to stop his stream from earlier where he was talking real deep about the how they where is it? Is it still up here? Let me see. He was talking about how they pay those activists. Where is it? Nope. I saw it.
I apologize for not knowing.
I'm looking for it. Let's see. I don't even see it. Did they take it off? This stream was just today. I don't even see it. I don't see it. Yeah, maybe it's a video now. Oh, here it is.
So not only did it erase.
Okay. Here we go.
Our identities that are. So not only did it erase our identities that erased everything, it streamlined, erasing everything. The history, the culture, the traditions, our practices, our spiritual practices, our beliefs.
He about to go in deep up here. They tried to stop this earlier.
Our languages here. And keep in mind, it's still around. We just don't acknowledge that it's ours. Look how much gripe that we got for acknowledging that hip hop was ours. Everybody else that wanted to fit in made sure they inserted themselves in, right? Knowing that's indigenous to this landmass here. All of the dances that we do, like shout out to DC, we call it beat our feet, beat your feet. Ooh, I was about to curse. When we listening to go-go, you understand what I'm saying, Slim? And we beating our feet, that's an indigenous dance. We already doing it. Shit out to Memphis. I think they call it bucking. I could be
in on this.
Everybody got their own name of it, of their dance. You understand what I'm saying? And that's from Cali to DC. You understand what I'm saying? That's everywhere. That's everywhere. Yeah, juking. That's juking. My fault. My fault, Memphis. That's called juking. That's right. But I'm just saying, we've been doing this. And notice how we not acknowledging that that's us culturally. And when we do, we giving it to some Africans. For example, when we beating on drums, because I can't name a brother out there that don't got no 12s or above in the back of their trunk right now, because we love the beat of the drum. Each of my cars got a system in it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care what the lyrics saying.
Whoa, man, amazing car. When did you become a millionaire?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger.
I want the. I don't care. I don't care what it say. I want to hear that bass line. We vibrate with that bass line. That's a spiritual thing. So when you see them.
He right about that. He right about that. Them brothers love. I like the beat too. I used to always have that in my car. I got a little bit now, but not like back in the day when I can't stand all that loud noise now, but shoot. YouTube. Oh, really? They don't have no problem cutting videos off. Oh, he going in on this one. He going in on this. They sure don't.
So-called Native Americans beating on the drum and they just slapping it one time, you know we was getting busy on that drum. You understand what I'm saying? I played the congos and the bongos and the drum set professionally. My mother in the chat, she could attest to that. And shout out to my sister, because we was always in the drums.
Me too.
Shout out to Abasi, our drum instructor. I was on the timbales and all that. That go-go music ain't African. That's indigenous to this landmass. I'm going to put out a video on that, too. I'm going to straighten some of y'all out. Get ready for that. You see my mother confirming?
What you know about that go-go music? Boy, I used to love some go-go music. Yes. Oh, it's a brother. You said it's a young brother in Arizona. His channel name, Cash Rule the Matrix. My comments always get erased, and I know it ain't him because he actually met. Oh, y'all actually met. So I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm gonna have to check him out then. They don't want you. They scared. They scared.
This ain't no joke. I don't got no reason to lie. This is us, and we've been giving it to other people. This whole time, they want us to wear their clothing and call that the Mela Gallery. As an example, right? Oh, show off some other people's work. But notice how they always using our people to do it. We look the best in it. Anything that we do, anything that we touch is fire. You understand what I'm saying? Anything. We are the trendsetters. We are the chosen people. They know that. But you don't. That's the problem. And then you want to complain about Trump getting rid of our history when our history not even in there. They're not telling you who created the teleprompter. They're not telling you who created the traffic light. They're not telling you who created the cell phone. They're not telling you who created the internet. They're not telling you who created the microwave. They're not telling you who created the vehicle. They're not telling you who created cable.
It's nice.
Wi-Fi. Listen, where you think they got it from? But they hurried up and
yeah, the go-go music is nice. We down in North Carolina, boy, because you know DC is not Maryland, all that ain't that far. It's only a few hours away, so travel back and forth, so we know about that music. Yeah, that's big. It was big. It's still people still crazy about it. Yeah, they are scared of people that's telling the truth because they shadow ban me and take my stuff, like even with all the stuff I was speaking on, like the Facebook and stuff, and I don't even have a big following, so they scared of even a little. They'll try to shadow ban some of my stuff, even with the little following I have. I noticed they'll do that, especially when I came out with that stream about the real queen of Hawaii, that light skinned queen of Hawaii that they stole Hawaii from. Well, they didn't like that shit. They I think they made it so nobody couldn't see that. Because I went back and told the truth about Hawaii and how they took that queen down and stole Hawaii, made her give Hawaii up. You know, because those indigenous people, the original people. Because you know, a lot of those places, the people you see now is people they done cloned in and manufactured in, like they did them Cabbage Patch babies over here. It's not the original people. Even over there in those places like Palestine and Egypt and stuff, those are not the original people. In a lot of places, those are people they put there to play the part, like they did here with the indigenous people. They put those Mexican-looking people to play like they the real Indians. Yeah, how do you like living in Arizona? How do you like that? Because I want to go there, and I know I can't go in the Grand Canyon, but I want to go near it. Yeah. Yeah, we were. Yeah, why they trying to tell us like we just come from Africa? They want to put us. Africa came from us. Shit, we ain't come from Africa. Like Malcolm X said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Yeah, we are the indigenous. And they, you notice they couldn't wipe us completely out like they did them Australians. The indigenous Australia, they pretty much wiped them out. They couldn't do us like that. Yeah, they probably would have. They can't. Yeah, we the original people everywhere. Everywhere.
1791, they created the patent office. So whatever you do that you invent, they're going to hurry up and patent it and say that it's theirs. They've been doing fraud shit since 1790. They ain't teaching you that in school, huh? No, they not. The only way you going to know that is if your teacher, your professor tells you that verbally. Put that book to the side and say, listen, class, I got to tell y'all something about our people. Now, hold on. Listen to me. I need to tell y'all something. These books ain't telling y'all.
I can't believe they still teaching these lies to these kids today. I can't even believe that. Yeah, I can't even believe that. Yeah, because I be teaching and I'm like, I'm reading this stuff like, I can't believe they still teaching these lies to these children. And it's 2025. Good grief. It's boring. It's all right. It's hella boring. But I feel like life pushed me here. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I know where I'm look. I know I had to learn some that. I'm at the end now, but I've been on this is my Saturn line. The Street Father. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I sure am. I am where I'm supposed to be. And once I learn my lessons, it's time to go. Yeah. It's time to go. I've been doing like grid work and all that. And I really didn't understand it, but I do now. Everything is clear. Yeah. Definitely understand. It's boring. Is it a bunch of is it diverse? Like is it a diversity of people? Because where I'm at, it's mostly Spanish people. It's mostly Spanish people where I'm at. It's really not. It's some white people. It's not as many blacks. It's mostly the Spanish people, and they don't bother nobody. They pretty chill. I'm used to the Spanish people. They seem to be a lot nicer in North Carolina. Well, not in the area where I'm from. They act like they just coming off the banana boat there. Some of them, and like they racist towards black people. But in the Triangle, they were pretty cool. Like even in Charlotte, those are some cool ass Spanish people. But because I guess they were a little more educated and a little more hip. But them ones in that town where I'm from in North Carolina, they act stupid. But I find out where I'm at now. Some of them are cool. Yeah, they are. But then some of them they act racist and ignorant towards black people. Yeah. Just depends, I guess. They don't bother nobody, but they're just I notice in the stores, some of these stores, they be acting like you don't supposed to be there. And I'm like, is this a corporate store or do you own it? Do your mom and do Papa Lupe and them own it or whatever? Or does Mama Mia own it? What the hell? Because if this a corporate store, that means that y'all don't own it. That means that these rules, you don't supposed to be doing all that discrimination. I'm about to get me I'm about to call corporate. Shoot, no, you don't supposed to be doing all that. Teaching. What is teaching them the same? Yeah, what the lines I didn't even I would get kicked out of class and stuff because I'd be debating with my teacher. I don't know. That's what they know how to do. When they say they found something, that mean they stole it. They found it. They founded it.
That mean they stole somebody's shit. That's all they know how to do. They always talking about black. Look, you know how them people that some of them people that passed away recently. I ain't gonna say no name. The names start with a C, and some of them ones like Nick Fuentes or whatever his name is. Always talking about black people. Talk about how violent y'all yourself. Y'all go around killing, pillaging, graping, stealing, eating people, all that violent stuff y'all do. Right now, the number one terrorist in America is who? Who doing all the daggone bang bang of these mass shootings and all? Y'all always got something to say about some black people, but y'all ain't never talking about all the shit y'all been doing and still doing. Found it. I found it. I found it. They founded it in the 18th century. That means you killed all the damn indigenous people. You raped the women and the children. You killed the men or made them into prisoner of wars, and you took them people's shit and with violence. Like they wasn't expecting nobody. Who expecting somebody? You done been living here for thousands and thousands of years. You don't expect no motherfucker just come over and start killing and cutting people's heads off and raping the children and women. Who does that? Who? But you got so much to say about black on black crime, but yet y'all. But that's why I don't get angry with other black people. I don't get angry with black people. I have to be careful because they can be dangerous when they're ignorant, when they got mental illness issues, when they have addictions that they don't know how to handle. They can be very volatile and very unstable. So you have to be careful with that. You have to have a control. You can't. You have to be aware of that type of stuff because they only adhere to the police, and sadly, they can't live in a self governing environment. They're destructive because they're mentally ill. They have addictions, and what else? They're being controlled. They're being controlled by the frequencies and stuff like that. They're in them so deep in the matrix. So you have to be aware of that if you in a vicinity of people like that, because you have to have it. They gotta be. It's the police gotta be available because those people don't know how to self govern. But what was I trying to say? I don't went all out there on that. But that ain't even their fault. They make it so what I've learned is that, and this is, we all know this, crime pays. I look at the shares of the prison stocks. They are holding steady at 25 a share and above. They talk that shit about black people doing crime. They benefit, a lot of them benefit off the crime that's done. They benefit off of the crime and all that because of the prison and stocks and all that. When a body is in prison or jail, they get paid every time they get a body in there. And they enact a 14th Amendment because when they go to prison, they got slaves. So they building them based off of, they are building the prisons based off of your child's third grade reading scores. They know if that they feel like they got it mapped out. If that child can't read by third or fourth grade, they're gonna go to prison. So they building prisons based off of that. And they say slavery ended, but really slavery is when you go to prison because most of them prisoners, they work at I didn't even notice till not long ago. They working at McDonald's and even the chicken factories and stuff in North Carolina. They still picking cotton. The fuck, and they not getting paid. They working at Wendy's and the fast food restaurant. Matter of fact, like somebody brought to mind to me the other day, a lot of the prisoners in North Carolina, some of them work to like the Purdue's and the chicken factories. They working at the KNWs and stuff. If I don't blame them. I'll be ready to get out of there too. I don't want to sit in that place all day. So I get it. I actually get it. Crime does pay. And not only that, What would they do without our aborted babies and the stem cells from that and the stuff they get from us? Every time you go to the hospital, they gotta get. I know when I went to the hospital years ago, they talking about they want to run like I was a miracle to science or something. I almost died. It was like in 2015 or something like that. And they was like, "Oh well, we need to study your piece of your bone." They always trying to take a. I want to do research on you. I'm not I'm not that Helena. What's that lady? Helena. No, you're not about to fucking keep experimenting taking samples from me, motherfucker. No, I'm good. You don't know. They want to keep getting it for free. Like they take we if they did that to that lady that they took them cells from, they made all they just made that 19 jab thing from her cells, and they made say they even created AIDS and all. If they using that, imagine what they doing with our stuff that we don't know about it. They get every time you go to get an exam, most of the time they gotta do blood work and take all them vials of blood, and them people is just shit. Imagine what they doing to our afterbirth and stuff when we have it. That stuff you supposed to actually take that and bury it in your fucking yard to bring the child good bliss and good luck. They don't supposed to be taking out remains of our. Matter of fact, you supposed to leave that connected till it fall off. You don't even supposed to cut that off. You supposed to leave that umbilical cord attached. That's nutrients. That's supposed to stay attached to that baby for a while after it's born, not be cut off immediately like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it don't make no sense how they need black. If all the black people left, they be fucked. Henrietta Lacks, right? Loretta Pleasant. Do you know she was Do you wow? Do you know she was a part of those come down that mountain, the Appalachians, like we the Appalachian, that bloodline. And you know, if she had them cells, they ain't telling us. We probably got them cells that keep multiplying and don't die because we the immortals and the primordial. So she ain't the only one that got them cells like that. That's the only one them motherfuckers talk about because they ain't gonna dare tell you if you got them because they done took your shit and used it and they don't want to pay. They don't even want to pay her. They owe them that. I bet you they owe them $1 trillion. I bet you they owe her family not no billions of dollars. I bet it's close to $1 trillion now. And I bet they owe us $1 trillion because they done took our shit. Because come on, she's an example of what we got going on. Like we don't die, we multiply. She's still alive, like Mama Tillman. We don't die. Henrietta Lack, right? And I wonder, did she really die or naturally, or did they need her? Man, them people. Them people can't talk about nobody. No. They can't talk about nobody. They can't. And they don't want to face who they don't even want to face who they really are. That's why I like I said, I don't hate my people because I'm like they've been experimented on so much and targeted, and they know that poverty produces crime, and they know this single parent home stuff. It ain't even really about look, they put too much. If you ask me, they put too much pressure on the man, even the white man. He can't keep up that shit. He not even happy. They're not keeping up that bullshit patriarchy. I don't know why y'all men need to let this patriarchy shit fall. It don't benefit you. Listen, a man don't supposed to have all this stuff on him. He don't. A man don't supposed to have. A man is not. A man is. They always talking about a man ain't supposed to cry. I ain't saying no man supposed to walk around like no punk and wear a dress and all that. Unless he, I ain't saying that. But why is there so much pressure on a man on his shoulders to keep all this shit going? It's supposed to be the village. It don't supposed to be no woman and no. They got y'all thinking that shit ain't never made no sense to me. It never fucking did when I was a kid. Why is it all this pressure on the man? The man is a woman without a womb. Not saying that you got no pussy or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you are us. without a womb. You really supposed to be tapped into your subconscious side. That's why a lot of these men are really, that's that post that I posted talking about the healing womb. The men have a lot of issues physically, health wise, and mentally too because of the wound they have from the mother womb. And they're not able to express themselves and tap into their subconscious and feel pain and process it. You gotta process that shit. Because if you push that down and act like it don't exist, it's gonna come out in your relationships with your children. It's gonna come out in your relationships with the women that you deal with. It's gonna come out in every aspect of your life. You got to heal too. It affect your prostate and all of that. It affect your body too. We spoke. Listen, they. I'm glad we talking like this. They got us thinking that I never believed this. Even when I knew better. I'm glad I did. Look, I ain't never thought no man supposed to come with me on no white horse and he got all the money and I just sit back and he just spoiled me and give me. I ain't never believed that shit. I didn't even believe that shit in the fairy tale. I don't even want that. Not saying that I want to get out here and live no hard life and do everything, but I want to build. Like I always had the mindset to build with a man. That's how you supposed to do it. And it's supposed to be where you got the families coming together on each side. Somebody giving you a bag of chicken. Somebody giving you a this and somebody giving you that on each side. They supposed to when you marry somebody, even if you don't walk down the aisle, when y'all decide to live together and have kids, even if you didn't walk down the aisle, you still like you married. You don't my opinion, that's that court shit. You don't gotta do that. You can jump the broom, really. And y'all decide that y'all gonna do this damn thing. You don't supposed to be pressured where you they got these women. No, it don't work like that. If you get with look, I knew this. If you get with a man and he already got everything, you really think you gonna be valuable to him? Hell no. And I knew that when I was much younger. And I guess they in this patriarchal society, they look at it if you a certain age and you beauty and you don't have kids and this and that, they look at you as a higher value if you're younger. But I could pull those men that had money when I was I didn't want that. I'm telling you, I did not want that. And maybe they say I was crazy, but I really didn't feel like those men would value me because I felt like that by them having all of that money and I didn't build with him, he could easily replace. I'm like a toy. I always knew that. Like I had opportunities to be with these rich men, but listen, the rich men were fucked up. I always knew that. And I'm glad my mama was like she was a lot to deal with. But one thing that I did respect, but it was too independent though. I ain't even gonna lie. It's gotta be balanced to that independent woman shit. My mama would not take no money from no man. My mother worked for she wouldn't even really take no child. She didn't even really want child support from my daddy. And I don't think that was good because I think she worked too hard. But I hated that at first. But as I got older and I was like, I see what she meant because in a way, because if you think you're gonna get something for free, they think they gonna go out here and get this multi-billion million. You gotta do a lot of shit to become a millionaire. You definitely gotta do a lot of shit to become a billionaire. You gotta be an evil motherfucker to be a billionaire. Do you really think they fucked up, man? Not just mentally. I'm telling you. I've been around rich men that I had this one man. He was a millionaire and he was but he was a businessman. But that man I didn't like him. He wanted me to be like, I think he wanted me to marry him because he wanted I'm good with business stuff. Like I'm real business savvy. I showed him how to do stuff with his property, paperwork wise and stuff. Like he didn't know, and I showed him how to do it to help him make more money. He respected that. And he was like, well, I'll marry you, and I like how you think. And because most of the times men like that, they want a woman to look decent, but they'll use a woman that look good for some trophy shit. But when it comes to really having a wife, they want somebody that ain't no, but they want somebody that know how to carry themselves, and you know how to conduct yourself around their families. But they be doing all kind of shit in it. They motherfuckers be getting fucked up. They probably be on the down. They be on some fucked up shit. I ain't lying. Them rich men be doing a lot. They be doing the most, but you will never know it. Like, they're gonna keep everything looking good. Most of them gonna have a stable life with a wife and all this. And if they ain't married, it's they've been married. Like, if they ain't married, then they already done been married and had kids and stuff. But they ain't really into women like that. They just be like doing they thing, because they done had a lot of women. They be fucked up in a lot of ways. It's rare you gonna meet. It's rare. It's they out there probably. It's probably some men with a lot of money that you will meet and they will treat you right. But honey, when a man got money like that, he can have what he wants. So it's not you not really no big deal to him. I mean, I always knew that. You might look beautiful, but he gonna go somewhere and see somebody else. You like a toy. I mean, honestly, I don't know where these women think they're gonna meet these men. They're gonna just cater and bow down. It's not gonna happen. He already got his. He not gonna let he had to be disciplined to get it. Ain't just getting a million or billion. It's keeping it. You got to be mighty disciplined not to just get the money. It's easy to get it, but to keep it and manage it and then be able to invest it, that take a lot of discipline. That take a lot of brain wit and. You think a motherfucker like that just gonna meet a beautiful woman and just give you the world and you ain't gonna go through. You got to go through a lot. You got to go through a lot with them men. So I was always like, I'm gonna build with a person. Like, I ain't gonna just build a bob type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just do that. But no, I know how. I know men with a lot of money. I done met men with a lot of money. I know men that really. I know men that really got it. Like, got jets and private planes. I wouldn't want to stay a night with them. No, not one night. No, no. This one man, he tried to get me to move in with him when my husband was in trouble. My husband was and went to prison for what he go to prison for? Something, not nothing violent, like it was drugs or something like that. That was years and years ago. He went for like a year or so. So I was going through some stuff, and he was like, "Oh, you can move in with me." I didn't do it. Everybody was telling me I was crazy for not doing it. I'm like, number one, y'all ain't gonna have me out here looking stupid. I'm married. I ain't divorced my husband yet, and that's bad for somebody to be that damn superficial to move in with this man. And my husband is in yeah, he shouldn't have went and blah blah blah. And he was fucking up for, but I don't move like that. I don't do stuff like that. Then on top of that, this man was like on the down low. He had a lot going on. And his matter of fact, when he told me to move in, he was like, he had a bunch of college women at his house. He had it was nice. It was a nice house. Cause my friend was like, oh, he's a rich man. You know, women like stuff, which is I understand, but I ain't gonna just go off that. So he had a bunch of women from the college. So he put all them women out and for me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you doing all that, but you'll do the same thing to me. If you putting all them women out, you'll get tired of my ass. I ain't never been on no stuff where I'm just gonna move in with a man, move in his place, and I ain't got my name on nothing. You don't do that. You don't do that. No, that's not the move to make. That's not a good move to make. You supposed to have your own stuff. But yeah. Everybody is getting late, and this has been good. And Ultra Instinct, I have enjoyed you. You be sticking by me. I gotta do something special for you. I gotta head out there to to Arizona soon. Yeah. Maybe we can link up. Not on no weird stuff, but maybe we can link up. Shoot. Cause I want to go out there. I don't know what I want to go near the Grand Canyons. But yeah, sisters, we ain't supposed to. No, we not supposed to deal with what we deal with either. No, we don't. That's weird. It's we let them. We didn't know that this was the end goal. But what I think it is the goal is to get the man against the woman so they can single. The goal is to get to us. That's who the Christ. That's who the Christ is. The goal is to get to us. They want y'all to hate us so much until we left out there in the open. Cause that's who they trying to get to. Really, they hate the black woman. They think they better. These girls better realize it. I ain't saying all white people. I'm not saying that all of them do. Some of them is cool with us. They love us. The ones that's in that bloodline, the ones that know what time it is, the ones that's the wicked, they hate us. So when they was going to war with Palestine not long ago, don't you know that man that sung that song? He said it. He said the enemy, just like the enemy, the black woman. Because you know that's who owned all them canals over there originally, was the black goddesses and the women. The black women own all these lands. They know it. And they know that's who it's returning back to. And that's not, they want y'all to think y'all ain't got no say so, but we appointed the chiefs and the pharaohs, so we not gonna leave y'all out. The healed women is gonna be the ones that's in charge. It's not gonna be these women that y'all got to deal with now. And like this man was telling me, he said, I don't want to deal with no unhealed woman because they are worse than the devil. They right. That's that's not gonna be who's in charge. It's gonna be the ones that are healed that's running it, and the men are gonna be healed. And we're gonna. I don't know if it's gonna happen in my lifetime, but I never look. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot too with the brothers. I could. That's what I was telling this man. I said, "You act like you hate black women." I couldn't. All I've been through, I still love black men. I do. I still love. I love all of them. But I could never. I could never just despise and just be that bitter towards and hate a black. I can't. I can't do that. I've been through. You say I'll never hate y'all. I don't care what I've been through. I ain't nothing but the utmost. That's beautiful because a lot of them do, and they young. They young, and they don't. They have turned them to the point, and a lot of us we do some foul stuff too. We get in that demonic and that low vibrationalness, and we do stuff to make the men hate us. You know what I'm saying? We provoke them in their mouth and that nagging and that the stuff we do to get like you can't get on no man level. I don't know why. I don't know why they even old girl. I mean, you making a fool out of yourself thinking you can get out here and use that Yanni as payback. Man gonna sit back and laugh at you because you cannot compete with them when it come to that. You can't get out here and think you're gonna he gonna be hurt. Okay, he might be hurt and stuff, but he gonna move on and you the one gonna be left holding the bag of the patriarchal because this is still like a people got a patriarchal mindset. They're gonna look at like what you did and who you been with and who you let run through you. And yeah, I mean, they say that man can be homeless and go take a bath and put on a suit and clean himself. They said that man can clean himself up. They said, they always hold they hard on a woman. No, they are. We have to be careful. I ain't even with that patriarch, but I know how people think and I know the mindsets of these people. So you have to be women have to be careful, if they value and stuff like that. Yeah. It's rough. They rough on us, with the religions and you have to be careful. You have to be very careful of how you carry yourself in these societies and stuff like that. You can't compete with no man that if he get out here and run, go out here and be with. You don't want to compete with him and get out here and it's not gonna be the same outcome. I mean, his outcome ain't gonna be good, but you a woman, Yeah, you can't compete with them. Best thing to do when you're hurt is to go somewhere to yourself and heal. That's what shit. It ain't good to be letting people whisper in your ear and boost you up, and just go somewhere, get to yourself. If you gotta cry and heal. And when you're upset, it's best to take these deep breaths, hold it for a few seconds and let it out. And just not make decisions out of anger and not speak out of anger. That's what we mess up. You can't take them words back. Words do hurt, and a lot of times, you know, your words and your thoughts can create the realities that you don't want to create. So you have to be careful and hold yourself accountable, and be able to have self control over your emotions. And when you are actually getting triggered about something, that's the time to write it down and investigate that emotion, because it's a deeper story there. Why am I feeling this way? Why did it make me feel that way? Why am I having this emotion about this certain thing, you know? So that's good to do. So well, we've been up here for a while. This been real. I'm gonna have to put this thumbnail up here. uh, I will see y'all again. It will not be long. It won't be this long, but I have enjoyed this. I enjoyed you, Ultra Instinct, and you get you some rest. And thank you for hanging in there with me. All right. Y'all have some sweet, lucid dreams, healing dreams. This has been my son goddess 777.